begin tonight by covering this video you may have seen over the weekend of a violent assault at the hands of a transformer transgender in Vancouver, Canada. This was this weekend. You may have seen it. And, you know, this video really is shocking and upsetting for two reasons. Firstly, is obviously the fact that this LGBT ABC individual has very violent tendencies and low impulse control that he obviously acted upon. But secondly, and we'll talk about this in a second, is the fact that the Canadian Vancouver police literally saw all of this happen. They did nothing and basically told our right-wing friend right here that he was asking for it. What am I talking about? Well, I could contextualize it more, but I think it really speaks for itself if you see the video first, and then we'll explain the little detail that's needed maybe after that. But here you go. So I'm going to play it right now, but just really quickly, cover your ears, women and children. Very graphic language, very graphic content. I could censor it, but there's just no way physically you'll see the video to censor it. But here you go. Here's the video out of Canada this weekend.
I don't know what to say. I guess these police officers are mostly indoctrinated as well. They're afraid of the mob. I think they're afraid that if they do anything to actually keep law and order, that they'll end up being on the end of this verbal abuse. So it's just cowardice from everybody all around.
People probably want to know, how do you keep your composure?
What's that?
How do you keep your composure?
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Nothing.
Fuck you! 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 Hey! Get the fuck out of the You son of my phone, my purse, my dog.
So that video you saw there is of a guy named Billboard Chris. He's the right-wing guy with the billboard that stands there and counter-protests to leftist events. So shout out to him. Be sure to look up his name, follow him on YouTube, Twitter, all those places. Show him your support. And obviously, Billboard Chris, you are welcome on this show anytime. But notice what we saw in that video. So there's a couple different things. Firstly, obviously, what we saw is a mentally ill, hormonally unstable individual with very low impulse control, completely lose control and lash out at violence for basically no reason at the sight of very minor provocation, which, you know, are we noticing a pattern there, folks? Are we allowed to notice a pattern there? Is that illegal? Surely not, right? There is no pattern, of course. In fact, as we know, the LGBT ABC transformer community is the real victim in this story, right? Never mind the fact that he violently assaulted someone. He's the real victim because Billboard Chris hurt his feelings. And obviously, this is something that we all know.
Excuse me, ma'am. No porn at the bar.
Oh, it's okay. I'm transgender.
Oh, I had no idea. Do whatever you want all the time.
Chris?
Many such cases, and we know this to be the social truth of modern society, right? Transformers, you know, Optimus Prime, he's never accountable for anything, much less are we allowed to firstly hold them accountable, but also notice patterns in human behavior. So of course, I would never do such a thing. I would never do something like notice general patterns in human behavior. And further, this transformer is obviously, as you can tell, right? Obviously is 100% a woman, and you must respect the transformer. Never mind the fact that this ABC person sounds like a man, completely throws down like a man. I don't know if women exactly move like that or fight like that, but no, of course, this is a woman, right? No different of a woman than like Taylor Swift or whatever. As you know, Taylor Swift in that situation would do the exact same thing. So there you go. So, but you probably watched that video, right? And you're thinking, okay, well, it was a bad video, but surely the transformer here must have been charged with aggravated assault and was arrested moments later. But that is, of course, incredibly ignorant and bigoted of you to assume that laws and rules and the order of civilization applies to the Transformer Optimus Prime community. Have you forgotten the golden rule of Western civilization, which is that rules do not apply to the Transformers? Okay? Bigot. So you'll see in this video I'm about to play here, Billboard Chris went to the Vancouver police saying, hey, this transformer just assaulted me. Optimus Prime just assaulted me. I have the video. Can you do something? And here was their response. Check it out.
Excuse me, did you just say he came here to incite violence by forcing his opinion on people?
Yeah. Yes.
You think he came here to incite violence because they got offended by his sign?
When you
What
talk
is
to
wrong
someone
with you?
and scream at someone and
He
put
didn't
your
scream
face,
at all.
Yes,
he
he
didn't.
did.
They put their face in his face. What is wrong with you?
Okay.
So are you saying the guy who hit him
How on earth did you become a police officer?
Good question.
She is literally
What?
sitting here saying that Billboard Chris is inciting violence by standing there with his sign. Is that really your position?
Okay, sir. We're done with this conversation.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. This is absolutely unbecoming of the Vancouver Police Department. Disgusting.
Yeah. They walk off. Absolutely unbelievable, right? The cops basically spit in his face. They told him it was his fault, right? They straight up said, it is your fault and we're not going to get involved because you were standing there saying mean things or whatever. Now, I don't know exactly how the law works in Canada. I'm fully aware Canada is a communist country, but, you know, in the United States, that's, at least on paper, not the law, right? If you assault someone who's standing there lawfully and peacefully, that's you who broke the law. Like, it doesn't matter if they were making you mad. You can't just assault someone because you're a transformer, you're Megatron, as someone said in the chat, and you're angry. But I don't know. I guess this is what happened. The cops basically spit in his face. They tell him it's his fault. They tell him to go kick rocks. Anarcho-tyranny, to say the least. But you know what? In fairness to these two Vancouver police officers, in total fairness to them, objectively, I mean, look at them. Just look at them. Look at the video. Look at him. Look at the Transformer. Look at Megatron. And then look at him. Look at those cops. Do you think these girls stand a chance against that Transformer? Do you think they would be able to detain him whatsoever? Look at that. I mean, to that guy's credit, he threw down. He went, you know, do you really think these two female woman cops are going to do anything to stop that situation? Absolutely not. I mean, no wonder they didn't do anything. They're probably terrified of the guy, right? As would most females in the situation of being asked to stop, you know, Megatron himself, right? So can I really blame female cops who shouldn't be in this situation to begin with? And all of this raises an important question, in my opinion. I personally don't believe that women belong in the police force or the military at all. Maybe this video is kind of an example, but I'll explain why I believe that in a second. But if you're going to allow that, if you're going to let women cops and females in the police force and all this stuff, why on earth would you have a police squad that has two females on females in the squad? Like, why wouldn't you at least want to put one physically capable and competent male police officer in the squad? I mean, lecture me all you want about feminism, but everyone deep down knows this. This right here, that what you see on your screen, is a recipe for disaster. This is a visibly incompetent police squad. And you look at, they're not exactly even like big, tall, like butch women. No, these are just like girls, right? It's just like normal women. And these right here, folks, call me whatever names you want. If I'm calling 911, these are the very last people I want to show up. And I'm sorry, you know it's true. You know it's true. You don't want these women showing up to save your life either. Hey guys, Vince Dao here. Hope you enjoyed that clip from the Vince Dao show. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And be sure to check out the Vince Dao show live every weeknight here on this channel at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It is a great show. Many are saying this. So leave a like, check out our other clips, and be sure to check out the show. Yeah. God bless.